Hey bestie, hey friend, join me, come on.
I'll be steady, keeping pace. I'll be winning every race. So what? Talk your shit. Are you getting paid for this? I know that you can't resist music from the water bed.
One thing I've always wanted to be an advocate for was mental health. Because of my experiences and how I've experienced mental health, anxiety, depression, within the African community, we're very close-minded when it comes to talking about mental health. We know that it's there, we know that it's real, and we kind of brush over it, but I feel like we don't understand the extremities of mental health and the fact that people deal with things quietly. So many cultures, it's just normal to just be the strongest warrior. Whilst I completely agree with that, you must be strong, you must try to be strong for yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody can help you other than yourself. I got to finally understand that I could have control and power over my mind. Self-introspection, being aware of your feelings and thoughts and how you respond to things. Mental health is not a joke. It's not a joke. I've often felt crazy. There's so many times where I felt absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. Like I'm just going mad. Also, the people around me, I never had my emotions truly validated. It was always, you were just reading into things too much. You need to stop overthinking. You need to stop this. But actually, I was having so much negativity, so much anger, so much frustration that was manifesting into these different versions of myself. When I'm in my depressive state, when I'm feeling anxious. Mental health encompasses emotional, psychological, and your social well-being. It literally affects everything. I'm not gonna lie, even if I come here and I say I've been working on my mental health and everything, but there's times whereby I literally find it difficult to go and see people, to go outside and interact with human beings, because I feel like I need to be in my head. And then I'll overwork myself. A lot of us deal with things in secret. A lot of us deal with things by ourselves, because also adulting is giving figure it out on your own, baby. I have amazing friends and cousins and people who I am so close with that I genuinely talk to about everything. And I feel like whenever I feel like venting or whatever, I can always, go to them and talk to them. But I try to limit how much I'm always venting. I don't ever want to look like somebody that's always complaining, always having something negative to talk about and is never really feeling 100% all right. I would withhold information from even my friends, from the people that I'm closest with, because I felt this shame in myself that why is it that I can't handle my own emotions? And I feel like this is what happens when you feel like you're dealing with something alone, that nobody actually truly understands what's going through your head, what's going through your mind, what goes through your everyday life. And I feel like, especially now, I feel like I'm in a position whereby I'm constantly being portrayed to be a certain person. I've had so many experiences in my life that have altered me and created the person that I am today. Now, my experiences could have led me to become an overly anxious, avoidant person. Now, I made the decision to say, no, do you know what? I actually want to have control over my mind, and I want to be able to control how it is that I live in my reality. And that's when I got to understand how much control and power you have over your own way of thinking. That even when you're having a bad day, when you've woken up or you've had a bad day the day before, or even if you cried your eyes out the day before, how tomorrow you can wake up and say, I'm choosing myself, I'm gonna have a great day, I'm fine. What I was feeling yesterday was a feeling of yesterday. Today I'm choosing to live on a certain frequency. That's what's helped me to be able to channel different energies whenever I feel like I'm overwhelmed by something. And that used to be my problem, is that whenever I get so overwhelmed with my own thoughts and my own emotions and my own interpretation of things, I go into a complete state of panic. I'm panic mode. And the panic attacks I used to have before, I remember just always growing up having panic attacks, and I finally got to a point where I can now control them. Crazy, because I never ever thought that it was something that could be controllable. Because when you're having a panic attack, you're hyperventilating. You're you can't breathe, you can't think straight. Everything is blurry, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So for you to get to a point where you understand, okay, I might be having a panic attack soon. There's something that's happening that is a bit triggering. See, when you're able to compartmentalize your storyline like that, that's the hack. Let's say, for example, somebody just said something to me that really hurt me, you understand, and it's ruining my relationship with that person, and it's really distressing to me. I'm feeling distressed, and as somebody who's overly compassionate, overly empathetic, I feel what other people feel, and I feel what I feel times 10, right? I have to put it in my brain and say, okay, where is this person coming from? is what they're saying true? Yes or no? Now, after that fact, right, I can now decide the narrative of the storyline, right? I can now decide what this person said might not necessarily be true. I might be hurt by their words, might be hurt by their actions, but what they're doing might not be right, and what they're saying might not be true as well. So why am I internalizing something that might be false? Do you get what I'm saying? I hear their point. This is my point. Do you understand? If the person doesn't understand my point, I try not to get myself rising to the other person's level, because that's how I get emotional. And how I get emotional, I start thinking, why is it like this? Why is it like this? I can't understand. You can't have control of everything. That other people will always do what other people do. As long as you communicate with other people and you have relationships with other people will always have their own mind, their own way of thinking. Therefore, it shouldn't be for me to get myself into a state because I'm overthinking what somebody else thinks of me, type of thing, right? Or a situation that's overwhelming, right? So now I've understood to say, you know what? I can choose to let this affect me and choose to not let it affect me. Genuinely, I can choose to say, this is what's happening. I'm going to try and address the situation in this way. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Do you understand? So be it. Do you understand? And I think that this is one thing that has helped me so much in not getting myself into a constant state of panic and worry. I used to have prolonged days whereby I can be upset for like the whole week, you understand? And I'm thinking about this one thing or a couple of things over and over again, and I feel like I need to solve it. I feel like I need to deal with it first before I can do anything else. So I end up sleeping a lot. I end up finding ways to escape, go to the things that can help us forget our problems, forget our pain, right? And you know what's funny? I actually noticed alcohol just makes me remember everything, and like it's the worst. Every time I drink, I'm just like, it makes me feel very sad. So I realized, yeah, that's not a coping mechanism for me. 9 times out of 10, when we find these unhealthy coping mechanisms in order for us to not deal with real life and not deal with the things that are difficult, we'll not grow. Do you understand? And this is why we have a problem of human beingism. Human beingism, let me tell you about it. People not being able to feel empathy towards other people and to not be able to consider things and put themselves in other people's shoes, because we're always avoiding the truth. We're always avoiding the hard stuff, self-victimizing. This was one thing that, you know, my friends and I talked about. You know, my friends are amazing. I feel like there's just really strong-headed women, and like they're not easily moved by the wind, do you understand? And I really look up to them in that sense, because that's the type of person I would like to be and the type of person I'm working towards being. You need to understand that you have control over your life. You need to understand that you have control over the things that you want to do, the things that you feel, the way that you process things as well. You have that power and control. So what are you going to do with that? You've got to stop looking for other people to help you out of somewhere that you need to help yourself out of. You literally can only help yourself. The only thing another person can do is give you advice and tell you a bunch of words and tell you how to do something, but it's now about you, how you want to take somebody's advice, how you want to learn from what somebody's telling you. 5 major tips when it comes to dealing with your mental health, with anxiety, with depression. Number 1, stop overthinking. Literally force yourself to not focus on something that you know is not going to be beneficial. If something is counterproductive for your brain, there's no point in tapping into it. If you can't do something to change the situation right there and then, there's no need for you to think about it. You don't need to overthink anything. You just need to think about it and move it and put it into a category. Tip number 2, talk about what you're going through. Whether it's to me, whether it's to your friend, whether it's to your family member, whoever it is, whether it's to a therapist, talk about it. Don't keep anything inside. It does no one any good. It does you no good at all. Talk. When you want to get something off your chest, talk about it. Do you understand? I guarantee that there is somebody that is willing to listen to you. There is always somebody that's willing to hear you out and to give you the right words, or even if there's not words, comfort and peace. You understand? Knowing that your feelings are validated can really help. Number 3, fight your demons. Face them head on. I said this in my video at the beginning of the year, that I literally prayed And I spoke to the devil in my prayer and I said, I rebuke any evil spirit that will come in my way. I rebuke any spirit of procrastination, any evil, any spirit of anxiety, any spirit of depression. I relieve that from me in the name of Jesus. I prayed this prayer, guys, a couple of times. You understand? I prayed this prayer a couple of times, and every single time I was casting away demons. Do you understand? Because these are things that fester on your past experiences, things that fester on all the negative parts of you. So you need to tackle those negative parts and work on them. Work on them. If you are easily triggered, easily angered, easily, like, you know what I'm saying, all these things, sit down and think to yourself, how can I deal with this and how can I make a change for myself? And work towards altering your brain. Number 4, be easy on yourself. Take it easy. Life is hard. We're all going through things. Life is really hard, but also cut yourself some slack. Do you understand? Life is not running away from you. Life is just going. The sun will come up, the sun will come down. That's how the day goes. You understand? Don't be hard on yourself. Try at least every day to enjoy your life. Try to enjoy the little moments and try to see the beauty in life. When I sit out here, I love sitting in this garden. This is my favorite tree, by the way. I don't know if y'all can see. Look at this tree. My favorite tree. You understand? And that's one of the things that just give me happiness in life. I don't have to have so much money and so many things in ABC, but I have this beautiful thing that I get to look at, and there's a story behind it, and it means something. And that to me is what life is. When I started being less hard on myself, I started appreciating these little things. Even the sun that is beaming on me right now, I appreciate it. Do you understand? The water I get to drink, you understand? The fact that I get to have a phone to record this video. Appreciating the little things. Just don't be hard on yourself. You're okay. You've got this. It's gonna be fine. You understand? It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Number 5, it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to choose yourself. It's okay to work on that people-pleasing spirit that you have and change that. It's okay to become somebody different and grow. Do you understand? It's okay. It's fine. Do you understand? It's okay to choose yourself. If you're deciding you want to work on yourself and take time away, do you understand? And if some people don't understand it, they don't understand it. It's okay. Life is not easy. You understand? Life is not easy for anyone. And this is the only life that we have. So I would want us to live the only life that we have in happiness. Not overly anxious, not overly stressed, not overly worried. And your mental health is real. What you feel is real. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. So when people are telling you to just stop crying, get over it, no, cry, wipe your tears, wash your face, get up again. Do you understand? Do something for yourself. Don't let the perils of this world try to drag you down. All of these things are just barriers that are trying to get in the way of your success, your happiness. It's not going to be easy. Bear that in mind. You can manage it. You will be fine. It really hurts my heart when I hear people that I love, or even just see people, anyone in general, when I see what they're going through. And it's always when somebody has now killed themselves. You understand? When somebody has now decided like they want to leave the earth, that people are panicking and worrying, but the signs are always there for people. Sometimes people just need help. Sometimes people need support. Sometimes people just need like some guidance. And that's what I believe that we should be doing as people, as communities, to create communities where it's a safe space to speak and be open and truthful about what you actually feel and what you are going through. You don't have to go through anything alone. There's literally billions of people in the world. You don't have to do it alone. I promise you that. We need to start opening our minds to accepting all the emotions of human beings, because we feel a lot of things. But if we had a bit more empathy for each other and understanding and respect for each other's feelings and thoughts, we could be living a much better world. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to comment down below and tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you think. If you have anything you want to message me about, I'm here. My emails are there. My DMs are open. Holla at me. Let's talk. You understand? I always say that I want this platform to be a place, a community whereby we can find a space to just be ourselves and to be free and to be happy and to, you know, let things off our chest as well. So yeah. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Bye.